What's up, everybody? We are live for the Bears Green Bay game, and it is crazy, man, because the Bears are already driving on them. The Bears are already driving on them, man. This is wild. Y'all hit that like button. I'm setting up my scoreboard, making sure it's proper real quick. I'll switch sides. Okay, I'm good right here. Update layout. Bam. Let me switch sides. All right, we good. All right, cool. All right, y'all hit that like button. Sorry, I'm trying to straighten up my layout. Yeah, man. Yeah, we got some talking to do too. We got some stuff to discuss. Caleb, incomplete. They're gonna kick a field goal. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Here you go. You take that back.
Hands up, people.
All right. TD Bryce is clutch. Stop hating, man. Listen, the Rams ain't as good as people think. That's all that is. We got Bryce Young out there looking competent. Man, that's why Tua got to go. That's why Tua got to go. You got Bryce Young out here looking like he know what he doing. Psh. Crazy, man. But this is the game right here. Let me see something. Yeah, I got to look something up real quick with the Rams. Because Chris Shula, I don't know, bro. You got Bryce Young out here. The 31 points by the Panthers. I don't know, Chris Shula. I don't know. Let me go look at this season. So you gave up 31. The Cardinals 20. The Falcons 27. Seahawks 38. Lions 34. Panthers 31 last time you played them. 26 to the 49ers. Okay, all right. The beginning of the season, you on fire. 33 to the Eagles. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Chris Shula, man, the beginning of the year, you started out hot with that defense. The back end of the year, your defense been garbage. That defense been garbage the back end of the season. So, I don't know, Shula. You look like you might be going down my rank. You might be moving down my rank right now. You were third on my rank. You might be, hey, I don't know. Rams D is awful, and Shula is responsible for the defense. Matt Laflur had the 27th ranked offense when the Packers hired him. What that mean? You know what I like about Matt LaFleur's team? Look at that offense. Just like the Chicago Bears. They don't even have a 1,000-yard receiver on the Bears. They don't have a 1,000-yard receiver on the Packers. Like, both of their leading receivers got less than 800 yards because their offense is predicated on not force-feeding the football but spreading it around when the quarterback actually processing the field to find the open guy or the right matchup. These teams ain't got to go get a Tyreek to be good. They don't have to have a Tyreek Hill to be good. We got flags. What just happened? Yeah, I'm streaming the Pats game. Shout out to Red Hood, said people thought Bryce was a choke artist like Tua. He rides under pressure, unlike the bum that folded under bad conditions. Hey man, I think I'm gonna put a little bit more respect on Bryce Young's name, because I was thinking about that. I like, look at here we are in January in the playoffs, and at least even in a loss, at least he going toe to toe. At least he going toe to toe with Stafford. At least he out here escaping the pocket, trying to make something happen, man. Boy, Tua got to go, man. Yeah, get that man out the building. Gosh. Like, do y'all realize we literally kind of had the worst possible option? Like, you can't make it up. You can't make it up, man. So what we got to deal with, y'all. I'd bet 100 Chris Shula head coach. Maybe, but listen. I don't know. All right, here we go. Jordan Love, shotgun, back to pass. Love, surveying, throwing over the middle. Tight coverage, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, here we go. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, back to pass. Love, surveying. Love throws the out. Tight end, catches. 1 yard short of the first. They're going to say 1.5 yards short of the first. 3rd and 1.5 coming up. You still want Lamar, TD? I would never turn Lamar Jackson down in Miami. I would never not want Lamar Jackson. Here we go. Single back, under center, 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Fake the handoff, back to pass. Love with 1,000,000 years to throw. Perfect throw. In stride to Dobbs to the sideline for about 30 yards, probably. Caleb on the sideline looking like crap. Oh, nice little two-way. Oof. Great protection, too, on that play. Great protection. I always like pro-style offense like this, man. 2 receivers, 1 on each side, single back, power line. Play action is nice out of it. Running is power out of it, like that run for 9 yards. And you get max protect on every play on a 3 route, concept. I like it. Y'all hit that like button. All right, trips to the right. Hand it off again. First down. They get about 4 yards. So Green Bay moving down the field, but can they get in the end zone? Woo! Panthers should have won that game. They were never going to win that game. I'm shocked they even had the chance at the end to do so. That's the big debacle. Like, that was a shocker. But hey, good effort, man. Good effort. All right, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, tapping the helmet, single back, hand off again, up the middle, cut back, plowing forward, good for 4.5 yards. CD, do we root for Chicago to try and get Laflur? Let the chips fall where they may. That's where I'm at with it, but I would like Laflur. He usually has a really good, solid, balanced team that always has a chance. Just has come up short as of late, but remember, Green Bay always churning out really good staff members. All right, here we go. Screen pass. Reed's going to get about 3 yards. 3rd down coming up. Here's the money down again. Here we go. And they fake the handoff. Back to pass. Tight end. Touchdown. They ain't even a tight end. That's Watson. Christian Watson. Touchdown. Green Bay. On the board, man. Chicago in trouble. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. He got him. He got no, he got the wrong guy. There are real QBs for you casual watching. Wait, these are real QBs, yeah. Defense, NFL team, defensive ranking. All right, the kick is good. Let me see. I'm studying something around. Assistant linebacker call. Hold on. Defense coordinator. Sure. Rams, just a linebacker. Person core. Defense coordinator. What up, Max? I'm gonna check it out. All right, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Chris Shula might actually be off of my coach list of coaches I actually want. He might actually be off of my list. I'm sorry. I know I gotta go against the grain, but it's all hype. Last year, that defense wasn't good. Y'all know he just became a defensive coordinator last year, right? For the first time. And that defense wasn't good last year. And this year, it wasn't all that. It started out on fire, but that flame done can't come and gone. I'm a believer in moving numbers, getting results, not just having a good name. I just keep on studying his resume and I don't see it. I'm really not impressed. I don't know. Maybe likable and all of that, but what are the results? Mm-mm. All right, here we go. Caleb, handoff. Run right up the middle. Good for 4 yards. So this year, points allowed, they did good. They're 6th in the NFL. Rushing defense, top 12. Total defense yards for yards is ranked 10th. Opponents passing yards, 19th. Yeah, we talk about promoting people to head coach. I mean, you need top 5 stats, man. What we doing? Do you like Weaver or Flores type defense? Flores. Where Weaver defense when they play a good team? Where that defense when you play a really good team? All right, here we go. Now Green Bay want to run to Brian Flores and back it out. See? The league is going to transform into more of a Brian Flores, what he likes to do. The league is trying to switch to that. Yeah. Clint Kubiak right now, he's number 2 on my list. Clint Kubiak number 2 on my list behind Harbaugh, based off of the people we interviewing. Are there any coaches currently on staff you like to retain? Tight end coach. That unit has consistently thrived every year with or without talent. Tight end coach. Seattle Super Bowl bound. Is that what you think? They playing good though. And in large, yeah, they playing really good. Whew, man, it's been a long day today. Well, yeah, TD Seattle balling on both sides of the ball. Yeah. Carson Beck, TD. Let me say this. Everybody poops on Carson Beck. And I get it, by the way. But Beck is actually sound. He just ain't phenomenal. But truth be told, Beck is sound. He ain't all that like exciting, but he can play the position. Like Carson Beck is a legitimate backup in the NFL that can win some games if a starter go out. I think he's sound. All right, 4th and 2, trips to the left. Wide open. Well, not wide open, but more. First down. That was very bold by Chicago. Ben Johnson ain't playing. You ain't finna have me going behind on Green Bay after what they just did on offense. We going down there to score. And this is in their own territory. This is dangerous, but man, Ben Johnson, man, he got confidence, believe in his guys. He got a team. It's Chicago team, man. Oh, that's a hold. And the refs are not going to call it. Is Mendoza good, TD? Man, Mendoza going to come in this league and be a top 10 quarterback year one if he got the right support around him, period. Oh, Mendoza slander is funny to me. That kid legit. Man, screen 1 yard. TD, if you're a betting man, who is our QB next year? If I had to put money on it, just putting a little bit of money to win a lot. Malik Willis in training camp, battling it out with Tua and winning the job. Stuffed run. 4th down coming up. All of that for this moment. And Ben Johnson on his play calling, she calling the play. Man, Chicago don't care, man. It's 4th and 6. Ben Johnson said we already exceeded expectations this year. We were just trying to win 8 or 9 games just to show that we good and then try to compete next year. We on house money. Let's go for it all. Man, they go 4th and 6. They don't care. Oh, my gosh. He picked off, which is an arm punt. The sad thing is Caleb had his guy on the sideline. Just a bad sell throw. Unless there was miscommunication. CD, how can we afford to pay Willis? I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean, how can you afford to pay him? That's not really much of an issue at all. You sign him to a 2-year, $40 million contract. You guarantee about 28 of it. And in the first year of it, you take the base salary, convert it into signing bonus, and put 2 void years on the back end. And you'll be paying him, he'll be $2 million against the cap. He'll be pennies against the cap. Then next year, you convert into, and if he works out, then you extend him. A real deal. Then you got even more flexibility with the money. He might get $30 million per year. No, he's not. He's not getting $30 million a year. Okay. He has done nothing in the league to do that. Justin Fields has done more than him in the NFL. You can't go off of the man playing one great game when Jordan Love went out and then another solid game and then just say he $30 million off of 2 games. He's not getting more than $20 million a year. Like, people throwing these numbers out here because they see an upside in him. But he's going to get a regular little deal. Not a little deal. It's worth investing. Somebody give him around 20, and that's an overpay, to be honest with you. That's an overpay. But somebody will. $35, 2 years. Yeah, like something like that, man. $17 million a year. Yeah, like, I think people are overinflating the value that he has right now. All right. Man, 8-yard run on first down by Green Bay, 7.5 to 8 yards. Who was he throwing to? That was Neil O'Donnell. I don't know, and I don't know why he over there yelling. It don't look like it was on nobody but him. Weird. Come another run. If Chicago don't stop this run, they're going to have a big problem on their hand. Why are we keeping Tua? Just cut him. Yeah, I know. All right, Love, play action, steps up, got hands on him, incomplete. Nah, that's going to be incomplete because it was somebody looked like he was like 7 yards in the vicinity. But we got a hurt bear on the field. The goofball Jets, YouTubers, fans can't use Aaron Rodgers as a scapegoat anymore. No jokes. Organizations is pathetic at a fan base. Mm. Kubiak. I don't think Kubiak is just another McDaniel. Well, I don't know. See, it's hard to tell when you got great weapons and all of that, you know? I mean, we ain't gonna say how like Seattle ain't got some good weapons. Just give me Harbaugh. Please give me Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. All right, got it. GD Kubiak was the OC for New Orleans. I know before Seattle was terrible. I know it, man. I know it. I've done my research on almost all these candidates. I was gonna wait for the next big show to really break down the the pros and the cons of these guys. This game is trash. Didn't this game break records recently or something? This matchup? All right, here we go. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep yawning. It's been a long day. We going to halftime tonight, by the way. Love faking the handoff. Love is, I thought he was going to run, but he passing and converting. Golden with a huge first down. We interviewed Matthew Golden last year at the draft. And Roundtable Sports, we interviewed him at the Senior Bowl. And it's crazy. The draft was in Green Bay. I was there, and we asked him what was his thoughts on potentially getting drafted by Green Bay, just as a question. And he was like, that would be really dope. And sure enough, they drafted him. And by the way, I'll be at the Super Bowl again this year as media, the Super Bowl week, interviewing all the Super Bowl players and all of that. So we got approved again, Roundtable Sports, with NFL credentials for Super Bowl coverage. And obviously, again, we'll be at the draft and a Pro Bowl draft, all that good stuff. Mm. Here we go. Love back to pass again. Love. Oh, he just got rocked. Man, it's going to be third down. Rocka Chewbacca. TD, are you planning any away games next season? Maybe. Do we know what's home and what's away yet? Let me look it up. Hold on. Dolphins 2026 schedule. Yeah, I know Love got smoked. All right, here we go. Let me take a look at it. Okay, let me see. You asked me, am I planning any away games next season? Give me a second. I'll check it out. First down to Golden. All right, Buffalo away, Patriots, Jets, obviously. I might be going to one of those at least for even for a roundtable event. Raiders away, probably not. Vikings away, probably not. Green Bay away, probably not. Colts, no. Broncos, if it's late in the season and we win, and I would. But San Francisco, no, I don't look like I'm really planning any away games. Any of y'all in these areas? Oh, wait, the Raiders are in Vegas now. I'm thinking California. I might do a Raiders in Vegas. Where y'all from? Y'all let me know where y'all from in the chat, man. Give me a city. Where y'all from in the chat? Ooh, that was a free play. Nope. 2nd and 9 stuff. New Jersey. Same as New York to me. Florida guy, Panama City. Riviera Beach. That's what's up. Orange County, Cali, 4-hour drive from Vegas. Pacific Northwest, fool. Northwest Washington. That's crazy. 3rd and 9. Money down. Love got him. Touchdown. Yeah, Chicago might be in trouble, man. And we might not be getting Laflur. Jordan Love out here playing. Hey. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Kick is up and good. WACH. Chicago defense playing like trash. Yeah. This ain't good. In another dimension, Jordan Love is winning Super Bowls for the Dolphins with Brian Flores. I know it. I know, man. Ben Johnson about to go full Mike McDaniel and throw the ball every down. Hey, the Bears better tighten up, but the Bears, man, they can come at you quick. They can turn it around fast. My wife brought me a glass. Nice red. Bears will buckle down and keep this close. Whoo, TD, it helps if the Packers lose, but the real issue with Lafleur is the contract. If he agrees to an extension, they might give him. If not, they might let him go. That's the point, man. If he loses this game, they may not be willing to give him the extension, a big one. If he wins this game, he keeps rolling, man. So that's our reality. Some of y'all put it in the chat, man. What do you do for a living? How do you make your living? What work do you do? What's your profession? What do you do? Just curious. Get to know some of y'all. Don't be shy now. Business systems transformation lead. Oh man, y'all moving fast. IT. Well, I know I'm wrong. Gamble. Hey, UPS, Miss Relentless. Accountant, day trader, insurance agent, Jiffy Lube. Have a mobile car detailing and pressure washing business. Just finished nursing school, about to be an RN. That's what's up. Caleb running and gets 2 yards. We go through some of these. Business systems transformation lead IT. Omnaron, you still got to explain to me what you do in business systems transformation lead IT. I know what a gambler does. UPS driver, Miss Relentless. What's the hours like with that? Is it like at your own, or is it literally 8, or is it 10, or is it 6? Like, what's the hours like for UPS drivers? Accountant, day trader, accountant. So do you manage other people's money? And then you're a day trader, so you managing see your own. Are you managing other people's money too? Just curious. And the Bears got the ball back. Insurance agent. I did that for a while. I was a sales insurance agent. Then I went into management as supervisor, manager. Yeah. Mobile car detailing and pressure washing business. That's interesting. I remember when I was young, I used to go to work with my uncle sometimes. We did pressure cleaning driveways and pavers, and we sealed them when we were done. 14-3. Just finished nursing school, about to be an RN. Nice. Is it better to be like a travel RN or just with the hospital? I'm curious. Entrepreneur, family flower shop, and starting a tier 2 in-flight snack and airline service. So how that work? Do you just provide like tier 2 in-flight snack and airline service? Are you contracted to like provide it as stewardess, or you're just providing the goods that stewardess use? I work in IT. Okay, what that mean? I know what IT mean, but what do you do in IT? I'm just playing TD. What is he playing about? I am gambling. Oh, sure you're playing. Jiffy Lube. Synthetic, baby. Hey, man, y'all got to stop asking all the time, man. Hey, you want your air filter change? You want this? You want that? Man, I ain't got no extra money for all that little stuff, man. You be going there to get $140 oil change, and they be like, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. We do all that for $550. Like, man, I came here for oil change. I'm a welder, man. Hey, underwater or just in general? Hey, man, I seen underwater welders, man. That's crazy. Like, people be going in underwater where they can't even see welding, all kind of crazy stuff. Also a day trader. Nice. Yeah. Let me see here. Hey, how do you think Bryce Young looked today? Do you think he's a franchise quarterback? The jury's still out, but he made a nice, strong case today. That was really positive. And it's a good thing they picked up his 5th-year option. That was very promising. That was pretty dope. He deserves his 5th-year option. I'm a chef. Nice. You know what? One of the subscribers was a chef in I think the Swan or Dolphin in Disney. And they were supposed to hook your boy up, but then I couldn't reach him no more. Accounting. So what do you do in accounting? You work at a bank, or how that roll? TD, I'm a big backologist. Big backologist. I don't know what that is. Big backologist. Big backologist. I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to elaborate. Scale businesses. Now, Anthony, what businesses have you scaled? You have a resume of what businesses you've scaled? But or are they your businesses? I don't know. But is still my self-certified mechanic. I am technician. I have my own LLC, and I also a director of operations at a firm. So when you say you have your own LLC, that's not saying nothing at all. That just means you got an LLC. what business do you operate under your LLC? I'm asking detailed questions. Noticing you keep saying Tua and Willis battle it out next year, no more Ewers. I feel like he has shown enough to put his name in the battle. Yeah, the problem is the money talks, and they're not going to respect Ewers until he takes something. So he got to take it. UPS drivers get bank. Oh, I know it. Network communications technician. Network communications technician. I mean, what that mean? You work for Spectrum, AT&T, DirecTV. You install cable, or I don't know. What does that mean? ER technician, emergency room technician. What that mean? Are you do you run the ER technician, ER technician? You fixing the light bulbs in the ER, or you medical tech? I'm just curious. I'm trying to elaborate a lot of these. 8 to 12 hours. Don't stop us at 60 hours. Dot stops us at 60 hours a week. Man, 8 to 12. So y'all, it's, I guess you get a whole, is it like you get a whole load and you just run through it and it take you between 8 to 12 or what? But and they do that hourly. Y'all get like 60 hours a week. That's good overtime. Over 40. I don't know. I gotta check the president's bill. I know there's no tax on tips, but what about overtime? Because I think that was supposed to be a part of it. That'd be dope if it ain't. Very cool. I'm a Medicare sales agent. What you selling in the Medicare field? Oh, just Medicare. You selling policies like coverage. Recently migrated manufacturer companies ERP systems to SAP. Okay, massive transformation. All right, that's what's up, man. I remember when I was working at Geico in management, I was on a special project transferring, like digital phone lines into VoIP, voice over internet protocol. Saving millions. I sell dope. Just kidding. Sure. This is what makes TD different. Respect. That's what's up, man. I just want to get to know people. See what y'all up to out here, man. Everybody living a life, man. Everybody got their own story, their own path. Everybody doing their own thing in their own respective way. Getting it however they can to take care of their family or themselves or their kid or kids or all that, man. And so many different breakouts. Some people married, some people not. Some people divorced, some people just single, some people with a kid on their own, or some people with a full family. I mean, some people got jobs, some people don't have jobs, some people looking for jobs, some people in school, everybody got different walks of life. As Watson dives into the end zone, and that's a touchdown regardless, even if he fumbled, because they got it back. Retired Army. How many years did you do, Charles? And thank you for your service. I'm 58, living in Melbourne, semi-retired, day trader, Uber Eats. That got to be cush. 58, semi-retired, because you're chilling, but you're doing a little day trading and doing some Uber Eats. Like, I like people who do like Uber Eats, Lyft, like Miss Relentless does UPS and stuff. See, y'all see, I'm the type of person, if I wasn't doing like Sports Network and all of that with Roundtable and all that, and I went in the workforce in that capacity, I would be a driver. I have my headphones on, listening to TD PHINS Talk out there, just delivering stuff, doing stuff. I mean, that's pretty, to me at least. They got to, and y'all may feel different. Y'all might be like, oh, I don't like it. But for me, it's like, man, this is chill. Like driving around, dropping packages off. I get to listen to music or podcasts and just whatever I want to do. Like, like you know how because some people be at work, man. You gotta, you up in it. You up in it. Some people be at work and like, oh, like I'm tired of this or that. But being out there driving and you gotta like don't it does it not like well at least for like UPS and stuff like that should keep you in shape to me, huh? Oh, do you need the remote? No. Where yours? Yeah. All right, bye. All right, cool. But yeah, retire Army again, Charles. Let me know how long did you serve? My shift is Tuesday through Saturday. I don't have a set route. I bid on routes weekly so I can learn different areas. But mostly I stay in the acreage. What is acreage? What do you mean by acreage? But that's interesting, Ms. Relentless. So are you like when you say you bid, does that make you contracted or self-employed and you go on the dashboard and say, okay, let me bid on that load. Let me bid. Isn't that like self-employed, or are you actually a UPS employee, or do you drive for UPS and bid on, you know what I mean? I'm trying to understand that because that's even more interesting. That's what's up. Gymnastics coach. Nice. Is it for the school or private? Like what's up with that? On your own 32. Oh, you might be talking about the game. Sorry, we done abandoned the game. We talk about people life. Yes, providing goods to airlines and airlines catering companies that stock meals, snacks into the planes. Nice, man. That's a nice little niche right there. Like a business. And that's, you can't go out of business unless you get outbid by another contractor. But yeah, providing for the airlines, that's what's up. Them flights ain't never really stopping. Yo, G14 classified. Oh, okay. So you G14 classified? Because the new classification is G15. I'm just saying. Bears gambling big time. Yeah, the whole game. I own my own web design agency. So do you make websites for people, Matt? Do you like web design agency? Like you make websites how they want them and all of that stuff? Like, let me know. That's interesting. Yeah. Jesus, TD, really? Really what? What did I say? Did I say something crazy? The Bears are dropping like flies. The Packers are physical. He be eating. Big backologist, gymnastic coach. I don't know what y'all talking about. How y'all doing in here? We good, Chase. We good, man. Caleb looking at a lot like a certain QB that's named Titans with Hula. Scale Web 3 plus small LLC startup. Okay. 3. That's what's up. Scared. What's TD didn't get to. That's all right, DM. I'm a registered nurse. Nice. I work in real estate. It kind of sucks. Well, right now it does, but hey, some things might be changing, man. I think the president just removed a lot of regulations on home builders. That's going to help out with the housing costs. When you remove those regulations, the houses will be cheaper. A lot of the regulations that were put in place by the last administration made houses more expensive for things that a lot of people don't even agree that the homes needed, but it was a regulation. So stripping those regulations are going to drop housing prices, which will help you. Also, when you look at the initiative, potentially, we'll see if that get passed as well. He's calling to bring all credit cards down to 10% interest, no more than that, maxing it at 10 for 1 year only. That's going to have the economy going ridiculously crazy, by the way. And just those extra savings is going to help the housing market too. And last but not least, what I just heard today, real talk, we might be supplementing tariffs for income tax in general. Like if we continue to bring in the amount of money in tariffs that we're bringing in right now, I don't think it'll happen because that'll be the wildest thing ever, but it is possible based off of the current numbers. Nobody will pay taxes. Nobody will pay federal taxes, and the government will be ran off of tariffs because everybody was wrong. And I don't have to be political. I don't have to like or hate Trump to say this, but everybody was wrong. Tariffs are working. Like, you know how much money this country's making on tariffs? They are working. And it could supplement income tax, and nobody will have to pay it, which will be insane. And I'm telling you now, if something like that passes, you better go buy as much stock as you can because everything tripling and doubling like almost instantly. It'll be the biggest economic boom in the history of this country. But we'll see. Certain things are happening, so we'll see what ends up happening overall. So, yeah. What about Lovey Smith? Where he be at? I don't know, but I ain't really getting into nobody who they haven't requested, you know. Thank you for making being a Dolphin fan fun, even when losing. You have that designated spot on our third TV during live stream. You keep us laughing. Why I gotta be on the third one? Why I can't be on the main screen? Why I can't be on the main screen? Why I gotta be on the third one? Why you got your boy way at the third leg? Nah, I'm messing with you. I appreciate y'all, me. TD making me feel like I'm in an interview. Y'all funny, man. I help struggling businesses with day-to-day strategies to improve KPIs and improve internal and external communication and more. So you work through logistics for companies. That's what's up, man. TD Packers, yeah, they rolling. Harbaugh to the Giants. That's what my LLC is based on. I also work as a director in a private firm. Nice. TD, say hello to Trump for me at Mar-a-Lago. I've never been to Mar-a-Lago. I've never met Donald Trump a day in my life. I don't think I've ever even been in his vicinity. First down, Green Bay touchdown. I heard that, TD. 63 Juliet and 52 Charlie, which is light wheel mechanic and AC mechanic laundry, and both units. All right. TD throwing packages. What? Me and my team listen to you and the round table guys in the office when I'm not remote. What? Me and my team listen to you and the round table guys in the office when I'm not remote. Okay, that's what's up. What team and where you at? What team? And what where you work? At TD PHINS Talk, I have offered in the past, if you or the other shows ever need an IT specialist, I hope you reach out. Yeah, I already told you we will, but you got to be specific too and tell us how you can help us, because that's not our specialty. That's not like it's harder for us to say, hey, we need him to do this when we don't even recognize that. You might look at our business and say, oh, I could do that, and that. We be like, we didn't know that. So you gotta let us know how you can impact us and help us. Exactly, TD. I'm driving around meeting people, chill, nice and easy. Delivering food makes people happy and makes good money. Believe it or not, I know. Ain't no believe it or not. I know people who deliver stuff make money. Like, it's a given. See, that's me. That's me. Listen. If I ain't had the community kids around all day, I probably would be delivering stuff just on the side. It's chill, man, and like I said, man, you get to just be in your own zone. And I know it's also a workout. The constant moving keeps you a little more on the healthier side too. Like that's something I have to supplement in my life because working, I'm sitting here all day. No, I gotta everything else I try to supplement and get active. Mm. Yes, sir.
If you say no, can Harper stay with us until you're done with the laughter?
Yeah, that's fine. You want her in y'all room?
Yeah, so y'all get an actual break of.
That's fine. She could sleep with y'all. And then yeah, I know you're gonna make her forward in the pilot. And that's what y'all. All right, she can sleep with y'all, but whenever I'm done here, I'll probably go pick her up and put her in her bed later. That's fine. 15 years took her early retirement. That's what's up, man. 15 years is a lot. And again, thanks for your service. And enjoy your retirement, man, and enjoy your part-time stuff you're doing on the side. In the meantime. Caleb, man, that's tough. I coach Tua on the weekend. Let me stop. I coach gymnastics at a facility owned by Simone Biles. Nice. That's what's up. What would you do with Tua, TD? I wouldn't do anything with him. They cut themselves going for it on fourth, just dumb. Yeah. They. I don't know what Chicago. Ben, like I say, they playing with house money. I'm actually a UPS driver. We do not contract out for the brown truck drivers. Yes, your load carries your hours. The bid is for unassigned routes, like people on vacation or leave of absence. That's what's up. Let's see here. So you kind of can is that for overtime though, or is that just a part of the regular shift though? I'm an independent rapper on my free time. That's what's up, man. Send me a track, man. Let me murder you on your own track. What up? Don't run. Don't run from it. Nah, I don't do that kind. I love making music though. I just don't have time to do it as much as I love to. But I love music. I love lyrics. I love making something, I just love it. I'm a machine operator. Hey, they make some money too. That's what's up. What machine do you operate? And don't tell me a calculator. Yeah, I build websites for businesses and handle their marketing for them. We started off cold calling. Now businesses come to us with what their website requirements are, and we build their website. That's what's up. And in regards to handling marketing, I'm interested in knowing more about that if you can. As a matter of fact, hit me up if you can, because I wanna understand what you do as far as handling marketing a little better, because you may be able to even assist us in what we do at Roundtable Sports, because that's the area where we're about to try to do a little better in our marketing. And kind of we have organic marketing because of all the creators and their audiences, but still there's brands and stuff like that we can tap into that can help us accelerate even quicker. TD, your chat is behind. We chilling, man. TD was just looking at some Malik Willis highlights. Looked like he got some talent. Chance for the right place. I know everybody knows I'm a racehorse owner. Ooh, you got a winner? You got a winner? You got a winner? Let me know, man. That's what's up, though, man. That's interesting. Yeah, that's what's up, man. What any races you've been in recently or you're gonna be in? I want to look out for you, man. Let me know. Some of y'all can DM me too, and email me and let me know some of this stuff. TD, for 0 to 10, how likely are we to get John? For me, it's an 8, but that's up to John. We don't really know, bro. What's up, Smith Mike? When Trump gets rid of Powell, The new guy is going to cut interest rates. Yeah, if he can get rid of Powell, he can work on it. And I think he will. I think that's coming soon. And the new guy will cut interest rates, but I think what he's doing is a lot of stuff that's forcing them to cut interest rates as well. The Fed has been very hesitant to cut interest rate because they've been very skeptical of every move that he's made. But every time they come back, they're like, yeah, we didn't expect this to happen. Like all their forecasts have been wrong. And that's why he kind of like criticized them, because they've been wrong. They've been listening to all this propaganda and stuff, and they've been wrong every step of the way. And now that they're seeing almost every economic move he makes is pretty much right, they've started to make some adjustments, but they need to be a little bit more aggressive. But I get it. I get it. But when it's all said and done, I can see by the end of the summer, man, there's going to be a lot of changes and betterment for the American people. You already see everybody already seeing the gas prices, what they're doing. I mean, I remember $3.30 not too long ago. Today, I'm out there and it's $2.47. Literally, I'm like, man, $2.47. And it's going to keep going down, especially after what's happened in Venezuela. The Venezuelan government committed, I think, 150 or 100 million barrels of oil to that are already on the way to the U.S. And did you see today what Trump had 25 oil executives in the Oval Office, in the ballroom of the Oval Office, and he told them, anybody who got a problem accepting this Venezuelan oil, hey, let me know now. I got 25 more oil execs that'll take your place. All of them got shook. They all gonna get in line. So we might have $2 gas soon. I mean, yeah, I ain't getting into all them politics of Venezuela, but all I know from a national security standpoint and our economic standpoint, that was one of the biggest victories ever, what just happened with that whole thing. And I ain't getting into all the details. People are arguing about all that stupid stuff. But yeah, man, people don't realize we up right now. We are up from an economic standpoint. And I remember like, no, I ain't gonna get into that. No. No, they are not, TD. We're not what, Rick's tube. I must have missed the conversation, a bit behind. We do not fall under the overtime non-tax because we are union up under a contract. Got it. Our union, not unionized. Well, I mean, that's still good. That's what's up. Packers ain't playing. Bears need to. Yeah, I know. They better get their act together quick. Thank you, GD. Exactly what makes my aviation, business different is that I discovered new small and medium unknown snack brands that I can introduce to airlines. I don't just offer one brand. That's what's up, man. Has something interesting and new on the airlines that people can enjoy and try. And the airlines want to change it up often too. So you making sure that you're finding new, different snacks. I'm pretty sure that's dope. That's good for them. And because they always want to be ahead of the ball. I'm an accountant at an ad agency handling primarily payables and receivables. Pretty small agency, 60 full-timers, and there's only 3 of us in the finance department. So I get to do a lot of different things. An accountant at an ad agency, hey man, go find one of those recruiters or whatever, and hey man, tell them about your boy over here, man. Send me some of those brands. Third generation towel, man. That's what's up. Lost start, baby. Retire from Coastal Carolina University, Conway, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Salute to you. TD, did you get a new camera? You look money K or whatever. No, this looks terrible. I got the lights off right now. It looks fuzzy. I don't think it's high quality when the lights are on. When the lights on, it look clear. But right now, to me, it looks fuzzy. But it might look great on y'all end. I don't know. What has this game told you so far? Anything positive for Dolphins fans that we should look for? Listen, man, our new general manager helped build this and was a big voice in this, what you're seeing with Green Bay. So that's what you could take from it, for sure. And the field goal is no good. It crossed left. Word is Harbaugh took the New York job. It'll be reported on Monday. The man ain't even interviewing for none of the jobs until next week. Stop. I think y'all should bring Isaiah to Dolphins Collective. Bring Isaiah, this collective Omar partner. He have pretty good takes also. I don't know Isaiah, and that ain't a knock on an Isaiah. I don't even know who Omar's partner is. I don't know what you're talking about. They have a podcast or something, and maybe they do. Like, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to send me a video, because I like to know everybody who talk Dolphins talk. TD, if I could pick your brain, what business would you do if you had a choice? The one I'm doing now, sports media. I'm different though, bro. My mind is different. So I'm all about businesses. I'm all about businesses. And I'll do a lot of different things. There's too many opportunities to have a business. It's just you gotta educate yourself. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all now, 90% of every single one of y'all have an opportunity, just from what y'all done told me so far, to do what you're doing now, but do it for yourself. But I know, when just that thought alone, man, I work for a company, but that's massive. If I wouldn't do it for myself, I would need this. No. Some of this stuff can be done independently. You can have your own courier services. You can have your own IT business, providing services to small businesses. You can, like, a lot of these things can be converted into its own, your own entity, your own brand. And I always tell people, man, all that, if any little extra money you make or something, maybe you want to put it to the side to scheme for yourself instead of another company. Just a thought. Unless if you're comfortable doing it for another company, that's good too. But if you generational wealth and stuff like that, you got to do things on your own or for yourself. And nothing's wrong with grinding for somebody else until you can grind for yourself. But yeah, so that's a question that I can answer for eternity, because I can turn anything into a business. I could turn anything I do, I could turn into a business. Yeah, I mean, TD PHINS TALK. You think my vision stopped here? Why you think they say I'm a fake Dolphin fan? Because I got on YouTube right now, all TD Jets talk, TD Packers talk, TD. That was me studying how much labor it would take. And then it ended up, I didn't even go the path that I wanted because I got some other business partners. And now we got Roundtable Sports, who's going on the third year increase in revenue. Have investors coming in, making offers to put for equity in the company. So I don't stop where I'm thinking now. And NFL isn't the stop. We're almost done surefiring our whole infrastructure for NFL. We're about to get in the NBA. Like, a lot of people don't know that Roundtable Sports, you just see me, Dan, and Richie, and then all these roundtables. But about 65 people are part of the infrastructure. We got editors behind the scenes. We have graphics team. We have and these people are literally doing work, like graphics team, editors, social media team, SEO team. I got some people on special projects. It's a lot. So I turn anything to a business because everything can be scaled. Not everything, but most things can be scaled. And once you learn that, you'll start to be creative and want to turn anything to everything. So yeah, and I'm just hearing y'all talk about what you do for a living, and I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, how can I turn that into my own entity, your own entity? Like, that's how my mind works. Yeah, so I can't answer that question in just simplicity. All right, TD, did you know that you were going to have so many kids, or did it just happen? No, I always wanted 4 kids because my parents had 4 kids. I remember I had my oldest daughter when I was really young. I was younger, okay? And then it was quite some year, quite 5 years after that. I had my 2 older sons, and then I went through a divorce, and I met my wife, my current wife, and then we had 3 children. So yeah, I didn't envision it going this way, but this is how it is. So 6 babies, man. I love all my babies. Obviously, I hope everybody love all their babies. And I live life to make sure they got what they need. It's that simple. I just wanted to make sure that they grow up, learn from their father's mistakes, make sure, especially my sons, because I know what goes on in the brain of a young man, and all my pros and my cons of my life. I just want them to be able to know everything I experienced and help them avoid roadblocks and things that I went through, and make sure that they exceed all the positives I went through, the things I did well. I want them to do that sooner and better. So yeah, that's my life. Didn't expect 6. I always wanted 4, but I got 6. I don't think I will per se say I want more, but you know, if God continues to bless me and I keep going in the right direction from a, wealth or financial standpoint, I might adopt one day though. Just, a foster child or something, but it would probably have to be like almost a newborn, between newborn to 1 or 2 years old. I would probably adopt a foster child. Just want to take a child who statistically doesn't have a great chance and give them one. It's just something I always, and my wife agrees, she would either want to have one more or adopt a child. And she's more so like me, leaning towards adopting a child in the future, of course, not right now. But yeah, so it might end up being 7. All right. Pat going to the Super Bowl. I don't know about that, but maybe. Watching from Belize. Roundtable need a logistics specialist in terms of setting up the internal content creator to collab more. For example, a solo video for the Bears and Packers content creator making video. We did that last year. This year we were going to do it again, but we ran into some snags, and I'm not going to get into it because it's some personal stuff for some people. But we ran into some hiccups, so we decided, you know what is best. Don't worry about it, because we always put our people first. We put our people first. So yeah. So we already have that typically in place. Please don't tell nobody that you coach to say Ryan Leaf instead. Wow. I need a website built for my youth foundation. Let's talk. Listen, man, some of y'all don't even understand what I'm doing here today. Like, even me just sitting on this stream asking the question of what y'all do, some of y'all need each other. Some of y'all tie into each other and can make something massive, because I need that. Oh, and that person might need what you do or information. And so don't be scared to ask a person, click on their bio, see if they got contact information. It's that simple. I use to competition bureau. And by the way, if y'all have a YouTube channel, because technically all y'all have a YouTube channel. You just ain't sign up for the studio probably to produce content. But if you're watching, that means you have the ability to produce content technically, if you have a YouTube channel. So in your bio, you can put business inquiries and put your email at least. So that's always, I would do that if I were many of y'all. It's just an email. It ain't your phone number. Make a business email or something for spam and everything, but you never know what pops in there from a conversation like this. Be like, hey, hit me up, and they can go in your bio and just email you or something. You never know. I used to compete barrel ride, and was nationally ranked at 14. Man, wow. First time GM is only experienced scouting. Another yes man for owner Ross. Nah, that ain't his only experience at all. They go look at his bio. TD, are you taking Pats or Chargers and Bills or Jags? I got the Bills and the Patriots, but I promise y'all, both of those could be wrong. I would not sleep on it. Oil tanks on deck. Yeah. Time for TD US talk. Tony Dow, man. I would, but people don't know how to separate facts from emotion. It's a dangerous world out here. It's a dangerous world out here. So people don't know how to separate facts from emotion. So I got 6 kids and a wife. I don't got time to be getting into all of that stupid. It's just dumb stuff, you know. Anyway, oil ball inside White House next. Oil ball. Oh, this game is over. Trump is a dictator. If that's how you view him, that's how you view him. All right, $1.99 a gallon in Mississippi. You a lie. Is it? I know Mississippi is always going to be cheaper. Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas typically, because a lot of times that's where they do the refineries and convert it. So it doesn't have to travel as far. Is why the prices are always lower, but $1.99, that's, man, it's coming down. TD, respect to you because I'm 58 and you know a lot about sports, especially the Dolphins. You know just as much as these so-called experts, maybe even more. I know more. They buy into the propaganda of the team. I just see things for what they are and just to talk about it. I also ain't got to rub shoulders being there and be like, well, I don't want to say the wrong thing or represent somebody negatively because, you know, they may not welcome me in. I ain't trying to be welcomed in. I'm trying to tell y'all the truth about what's going on. Breaking into people's house and taking usually is a net positive. I'm confused what that means. Breaking into people's house and taking usually is a net positive. I don't know what you're referring to. TD said the Panthers game wouldn't be. Yeah, you're right. I was wrong. Does anyone in Mississippi have $1.99? TD, thank you for doing the game live stream on your channel. I enjoy watching your channel. You are doing a great job on your channel. Thank you. TD, what you think about the people saying Bible scripture says the earth is flat? I mean, I don't have whatever their interpretation is their interpretation. I think everybody need to make sure they just, talk to God for themselves. Again, all these versions of this, that, and this, everybody's responsible for their own personal relationship with God. And I talk to him one-on-one. We have our relationship. So these other people who feel this or that, whether it's right or wrong, that's between them and God. Like, I think that's another thing, even in Christianity. Focus on your relationship with God and try to help other people get closer to him, but stop trying to control how they do that. You know what I mean? You're responsible for your relationship with them, and spreading his word is important too. But people want to tell people how, why, where they need to do everything. Like, and if you read the Bible, nobody's perfect. We were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. Nobody's perfect. Everybody got flaws. Even your preachers are sinners. Everybody is. and guess what? Nobody can say they ain't because they be lying. They be lying. The Bible tell you everybody is. Nobody's free of sin. So everybody trying to act high, mightier than thou and stuff like that and tell people what's right and what's wrong. No, it's not like this. It's like this. You need to believe it this way. You need to believe it that way. Man, you focus on your relationship with God. And that's the problem. Everybody's so this is what it is. People get bored. They have their relationship with God, and then they're like, that's not enough. Shame on you. What you mean that's not enough? Now you want to control other people's relationship with them. You need to believe the earth flat because this is where it said in the Bible. Man, first of all, I ain't never heard that, by the way. That's the first time I'm hearing that. I'm just saying in general, like, man, like people need to focus on their own salvation. And if you have room to encourage others, do that and be a good person like Jesus was. But don't stop trying to control people and tell them what to think, how to think. It's crazy. Whether you think they wrong or right, the problem is why you in their business to worry anyway. Just keep on spreading the word and let it fall where it may. I don't know. Anyway, getting rid of McDonald, Harbaugh on New GM. Glenn, love you, brother. Hope you're still getting well, man. What do you think about XRP stock? Same thing I kind of think about a lot of things right now. Just keeps getting better. Hopefully that oh no, she'll put it back tomorrow. Hopefully that explains it well enough. Just keep on getting better. As long as it don't drop. I mean, see, I was one of the lucky ones though. You know, when I bought into it, it was down and I was betting on it. Then the beginning of last year, I believe, it just skyrocketed, benefited. And thanks for saying that. I need to go look at my stuff because some things I probably need to pull out of. It went up so much, I can't believe it. I can get out of it. Exactly, TD. And by the way, I am not a stockbroker or anything like that, but if you wise, you should have been buying silver lately. If you wise, you should have been buying silver lately in the market. Let me go look it up. Silver. 79. I mean, it's gonna be 100 soon. I know it. Look at this. Since June of last year, silver has doubled. And in the last 3 months, about 40-50%. But yeah. Exactly, TD. That's why it got my own LLC. I'm 1 year in and I love independence. I'm able to be a husband and a father without having someone dictate what I can and cannot do. You're spot on. I mean, that's the goal, bro. You know, people starting to ask the same question often. Excuse me. They're starting to ask the same question often. Like when you think about it, right? You wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, eat, kids or no kids, go to work, come home, scroll for 2 hours and go to sleep and do it all over again 5 to 6 days a week. And that's your life. I tell everybody, if you can change that circumstance, it ain't gonna happen overnight, but plot to do so. Plot to do so. Start sitting down and asking yourself, do I want to do this forever? Because the only time you'll have satisfaction is if you're doing it for yourself, not for somebody else. So plot. A lot of people are in the circumstance right now, bills got to get paid and everything. You got to do it for somebody else. That's right. But what's your plan? What's your plan? What is your plan to maybe wake up and say, oh, I don't have to do that today because I don't have to. I can go do this. I go do that. You know, I can have my freedom to do this and freedom to do that when and where I want. It ain't supposed to come instantly and right away, but you should be plotting some type of plan, Sometimes you and your spouse, you and your girlfriend, you and your whatever, if you have a partner or you're by yourself, there needs to be a plot, a plan, a something. How do we get here? How do we work towards that? And a lot of people have no plan, and it's okay. But keep thinking. Well, I just don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't have no specialty. I don't have the education. Then there's your first plot to go get the education. TD and them on here talking about this, just all of that. What does that mean? Don't live in your ignorance. And I know life will beat people down and have them tired. Right there, hey, go look it up. And I understand, man, it takes work. It takes work to just, because a lot of people also get comfortable. Hey, man, extra energy on something new is just too much. I'm worn. Let me just keep on going this route. I get it. But that stress ain't gonna go away. That stress ain't gonna leave. Right? People always say, do what you don't want to do right now for 5 years so that you can do whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. That mess is so, it ain't mess. That is true. But that a lot of people so worn down over the years where they're 5 years of hard work to be free for the rest of their life is like hell. It's like, oh man. So I get it, but you got to make that decision in your life, how you want to finish it out and how you want to live, the back end of it. I made my decision. I got to grind, man, because I'm 41 today. When I'm 50, I don't listen. I don't know if listen. I don't know. I don't want to be doing not 50. Hold on. We need kids get out this house and go live their life. Oh, man, once I raise all these babies and they go live their life and I feel like I've done a great job. Listen, man, I don't want to answer to nobody. I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to answer to nobody. Obligated to nothing but the wife that I have. That's it. And of course my kids, but I'll raise them right. They're going to be all right. So that's where I'm at with it. That's why people out here, man, struggling in their 50s, 60s, 70s and stuff because of what they didn't do in their 30s and 40s and 50s. So, but it's never too late. It's never too late. It's just some people in their mind and feel like it is. It's never too late. TD, man, I was hearing you talking basketball. You be right about football a lot, so I trust your opinion. But when I heard you talk basketball, I don't know, man. You gotta watch a lot more. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know basketball, no question. But today's NBA, I don't watch it as much, so I'm not ingratiated deeply into the ins and outs of what's going on. So yeah. That's where I'm at with it. All right. How did you ever pass on Jordan Love? That's why people got fired. Had 3 kids by 20. Man, grinding early. At least it was early. I respect that, bro. TD trying to catch up South Tyreek. Elaborate, Glenn. I don't know what you mean. TD, what games you doing tomorrow? The first and the last. I have 5. My newborn just passed the 3rd of September at 51. I wasn't expecting this. Well, I have 5. My newborn just passed the 3rd of September. I'm so sorry to hear that, Max. Are you saying your newborn passed the 3rd of September at age 51? I wasn't expecting this, man. Sorry to hear that, man. If I'm reading that correctly. Wow. TD, I offset my taxes by putting my money in my 401k at the max, which is 15% of the gross income. It keeps me at a lower tax bracket. Yeah, for sure. Don't and if you can, don't forget to take advantage of like FSAs and stuff like that, flexible spending accounts, whatever you can do. Also, if you ever do want to start your own business, your deposits into your businesses could also be written off depending on how you set it up and the type of business you start. But yeah, that's smart. Definitely set up your future. Set up your future properly. And your 401k and make sure you understand what your money is sitting in too. And look up the companies that those funds are bought into. Make sure they're, good growing companies. Because here's another thing. The political and economic landscape is changing in front of our eyes. And I'm going to be honest with you. Usually it goes back and forth and back and forth. And again, I'm not trying to get into politics, but I have a feeling that the way it's going right now is going to stay that way for quite some time, given the current political landscape. The direction it's headed is going to stay this way for some time because people are seeing certain things and they're going to stick on to them more than they used to. It used to be a back and forth. But I ain't gonna get all into it. But make sure your stuff is in things that are, if put it like this, all the funds that your money is sitting in your 401k, go look at those funds and see what they invest in, and go look at those companies they're invested in and see if they're headed in the right direction over the last 365 days. And if they are, that's really good. If they not, those things might start going down on you and you could be losing money. And I'm not a financial advisor. I think that's something you got to say on YouTube whenever you start talking finances. I'm not a financial advisor. So my advice, you take it at your own risk. I think you're supposed to say something like that. You're a good man. Only on Saturdays. TD, will there be a roundtable CFL so we can keep up with Tua? Oh my gosh. There will be a roundtable CFL eventually, but not now. It's not in our phase 2 and 3, but it could be in 4. Hey, TD, Richie, Kobe, Dan are my best channels. I always watch. Number 1. Thank you. TD, are you and your wife the same age? No, I'm older than my wife. I think by like 8 years. I think I'm 8 years older than my wife. Yeah, approximately 8 years older than my wife. All right. Just woke up, y'all. I made my channel for my son's football and wrestling tape for scouts to see. Nice. See, you got to stick your chest out more on the collective. Alan and Omar be shaking their heads when you giving your opinion. You're right about Sealer, McDaniel firing Harbaugh and Tua for years. I do stick my chest out sometimes, but I think I'm also a master in chemistry. And, I come on my show and I pop my collar all day, every day. And when you're working with other people, you don't want to be overbearing and underwhelming. So I try to make sure I stay in a nice place on the show. Sometimes I'm very silent on the show, listening to everybody else's thoughts. Everybody's not just there for me. So, give my take and let me hear everybody else's. Where I hear some blasphemy, I'll challenge it. But yeah, man, yeah, like I understand the temperament of the show and how I am. It's important for me to be that way for the success of the show. So but I hear what you're saying. And sometimes I do need to press more. And sometimes, I'll find the perfect chemistry. Remember, we still getting to know each other. We're less than a year in the show. I guess Laflur not getting fired. Hey, this game ain't over. 220 average in Mississippi. Man, why they kidnapped that man? What man? Well, you talk about the Venezuela thing? I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I must be really behind in the chat for real. Hey, TD, after yesterday, watch. Let me fast forward because I done got so far behind. If you send me a message, I'm sorry. Kidnapped that man. Are you talking about the Venezuelan president? Why did they kidnap him? I'm curious though. Is that what you're talking about? Put it in the chat. Because Kidnap. Who you talking about? Yes, sir. Yes. You mean y'all making a fort and everything? A pilot?
I mean, we're just on our beds.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever y'all want to do. I'll come in there and put y'all in y'all proper bed when y'all fall asleep.
Okay. Anything?
Not anything. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Bye. Because last time you had every chair upstairs, every blanket in the house, making that giant fort. It was cool, but don't do that again. Bye. Good night. Good night. U.S. government has more interceptions than the Jets. Oh my gosh. Dante, stop. Thanks for the advice. I haven't looked at them in a while. Yeah, most people don't even look at their 401k. And usually you're in, I mean, it goes with the market. And right now, I'm pretty sure it's very strong because of what's been happening economically. Um, like everybody was fearing a year ago, their money was going to start falling because of inflation, which it was doing bad. But all those same people have not said a word in a year because they 401ks and all their funds and everything has gone up higher than it's probably ever been. So yeah, you're in a good place right now, no matter what. But look at those things because if you see some bad signs, you might want to start playing around with your 401k and moving things. I am not a financial advisor. I gotta say that. ATD, my best friend and I have been YouTube for about a year. It call You Ain't Gotta Lie podcast with Money and Jasta. What would you say we could do to get more visibility on the channel? I would have to evaluate the channel, take a look at it and see what y'all are doing. And with all the things that I've learned doing this, see if y'all check those boxes, which you're probably not. A lot of people don't. So just hit me up in the email and say, hey, I'm the person on the stream that said I had a podcast, wanted to know if you can evaluate the channel and tell me how we can better, maximize what we're doing. And I can maybe just shoot my number over. We can have a conversation about everything that I know that in the mistakes people make and what they're not doing and what they don't know that can be beneficial. So just hit me up. All right. Invest in semiconductors, AI, TD. Do you invest in that's interesting you said that because I'm reading up on that and I actually paused reading on that like 2 weeks ago. I need to get back to it because I read up on everything that I want to invest in because I got a partner that told me about semiconductors. I am invested in AI, yes, heavily, by the way, and doing well. But semiconductors, something that's going to always be needed. Yes, I'm researching that to see how heavy I want to go and if it makes sense. And so far it was, but I'm so glad you said that because I just stopped reading on it. I must have got sidetracked, but I'll finish doing some research on that. Consultation. I'm still looking for what this person was talking about. I guess they were just talking. Said kidnap somebody. Who kidnapped who? Just became a grandpa at 41. That's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna be a grandpa. I don't know. I have a high probability of it, but I don't know. We'll see. Wow. TD, that's what I'm trying to do. Use this job to buy my own cargo van and go to independent contractor route. Yes. Yeah. That's what's up. They done kidnapped Tua. Nah, they ain't kidnapped no Tua. TD, if we get John, should we still trade Waddle Brooks? That's up to them. I gotta trust their vision. They're proven. You know what I mean? TD, Isaiah Smalls is a beat writer covering the Dolphins for Miami Herald. And works with Barry Jackson, Omar Kelly. He does a podcast, Omar Kelly with Miami Herald. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll go look it up. I'll go check it out for sure. For sure. Zakeem most definitely still could be decent. That No doubt. My favorite is Brendan Sorby. I hope he gets it next year. Highest paid NIL player. TD, are you still getting Lamar? No, but I hope so. Who knows? Who knows? TD, how do you not get angry at people? What do you remember to calm you down? I don't use anything. I just don't get angry at people. That's an interesting question. Let me say this. I live in reality. And I accept things for what they are in my life. What I also realize is life is complex and so is the human brain. So only thing I would ever really truly get really angry at is someone attempting to harm me or my family. That's it. Outside of that, I don't know what reason there would be for anyone to get angry. If you understand life. Somebody talk trash about me, why I'm gonna be mad at them and them being miserable. That's what miserable people do. People need to accept who people are. Miserable people talk trash about other people. They only doing their job or whatever they do, like haters. Why would I truly get mad? I'll clap back at one and talk about one and say something to them. That ain't me getting mad. TD John Harbaugh may keep to it. All right, that'll get me mad. See, but it really won't. It just be you like look at that stupidity. But yeah, like man, I don't have to remind myself of nothing. Well, I'm gonna get mad at you for like you important. Like I guess that's the problem with people. Y'all put too much importance on. If you get mad at somebody, you put too much importance on them. Now they might be somebody that is important to you, and that's why you're mad. I tend to not even do that. You're just telling me who you are. Like even if I love you, you do me wrong and it's worth being mad, I don't have to be mad at you. You're just telling me who you are. Or I actually want to understand what made you do it. Like, why? What's going on in your mind? In society, everybody take things too serious nowadays. I mean, you can see that in politics alone. It's just crazy, y'all, what we're seeing out here. Even the president, whether you like him or not, y'all think it's really that much of a difference? Now, economically, ain't no, I already know, ain't no disputing it. I'm telling you now, it's a difference. But I'm talking about the way it impacts your life outside of financially, just like being scared or a threat or doing this and that. Y'all really think there's a difference? Like, I don't know what's going on out here, man. Man, boy. I do know what's going on, but I don't get into it because people get in their feelings. But yeah, man. People getting mad, man. Just life too short. Life is too short. Why? Like you gonna waste it on unimportant things? It's crazy. When business don't go well, I get mad, frustrated. When business don't go well, I get hungry. Let's get it. Ooh, it's down right now. What else I got in the works? How can I counteract that? Like, that's when you wake up. When things ain't going well, that's when you got to try to go be at your best. You got to break that barrier. Like, you got to be a barrier breaker. You got to be a barrier breaker, man. Don't get mad if business ain't going well. How can I still break through? Like, that's a challenge. Oh, yes, that excites me. This ain't going well. Well, how can I make it go well? Or if it just ain't going to go well, what else do I have that make up for it not going well? They're smoked, man. Interception, Caleb. So, yeah, man, listen, man, you got to practice your temperament. Try not to be angry about anything. Accept life for what it is. Hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully that answers your question. I don't get mad at nobody, man. People actually get mad at me that I don't get mad at other people for things they do. That's even crazier to me. People get mad for me. You read the supers? Yeah, I've been read all the super chats. Except this one. To calm down, remind yourself to win. You have to win, not to lose. And also Omar 2020 to 2025. Omar was so wicked and blasphemy with Tua. And Omar, he don't want to talk to it no more. That's Omar. He don't want to talk to it no more. But yeah. Man, we just been coasting on this game. We ain't even been calling it. This is what it is. It look like Green Bay is dominating them. You got a lot of wisdom, TD. I'm gaining wisdom. I'm not like my elders would have wisdom, but I think I might be gaining wisdom. Sometimes you just got to sit back and observe and stop being a part of it. I think that's important for people. Sit back and just watch everything going on instead of adding your opinion to it. And that'll give you a better opinion of it. It'll give you a better opinion of it. You know how many times I've looked at situations happening in my brain, I have an opinion, and 2 days later when all the information is, I go see all the information, it's the total opposite of my original opinion. That's why sometimes you don't need to comment on everything right away. Sit back and observe. Sit back and observe. And in this world today, they have weaponized information and manipulate people's brain. It's like there's been studies of this, and they're using some of those studies now on people, man. And you see it happening. I ain't gonna get into detail because people get in their feelings, but it's a crazy world we live in right now. A crazy country we live in right now. Putting in that overtime. Curtis Williams, 23-19. Salute to you, man. Get that grind in, baby. Get the grind in. Wow, is this an elder? And he fumbles. Oh my gosh, the Bears just blew it. The Bears blew it. That was a crazy situation. The game is a blowout, which is why we are enjoying to chill with you. I know, and this is what I love the most, man. When there's 150 people in here and not 600, and we just talking about any and everything, man. This is what I really enjoy. Like, you got to think about it, man. And here's another thing. I'm a very to myself person. I have friends, right? But I don't have any friends I hang out with at this stage in my life. I have friends. I got friends from college. I got friends that I know, and we all cool, but that's when we see each other, which is rare. I don't go out like that. You know what I mean? I'm about my business. I'm about working, doing everything I need to do. And this is like my outlet, my family in the chat. That's why these conversations I enjoy the most. I get to just kick back and chill with y'all and talk and relax, watching football. I ain't even calling the game anymore because we in here just vibing, just chilling. So the channel is work for me, but these are moments where I actually get to enjoy it. I love these moments, just talking, like asking y'all what y'all do and the conversations that turn into and what it spurs into. I love it. The questions I get asked about any and everything, I enjoy it. I'm surprised the Bears are getting stopped. Yeah. They ain't been here before. Which is crazy because I picked the Packers to win. Then a few days later, I went with the Bears because I was just reminded of how great they've been all season. But I picked the Packers originally because they've been here and done this before. The Bears, they just first time in a long time. I hope we get the backup in Green Bay, Malik Willis. I just think that'll be a good look. Oh, that might be intentional grounding, love. I don't see nobody was in that area. Hey, TD, are you allowed to have a donation thing for somebody on here? Someone I know disabled, single father of 3, been pounced by the healthcare system, don't like to ask for help, about to lose his home. Anytime you have that on this channel, all you have to do is write a little bio of what's going on, email me, and just say, hey, can you post this in your chat with the link to like a GoFundMe or anything like that you set up. What I can do is just expose it to the audience. That's the best thing that I could do, is expose it to the audience. And if anybody feels like they want to contribute or help, they can do it at their free will and choose to. So the best that I can offer is you would have to do the legwork by maybe creating some type of funding account or something and write a bio of what's going on, and I can post it and put it out there for people to see. And if they feel compelled to be a part of whatever efforts that are laid out, that's what I can do. All right. So just email me, man. If you want to set something up, send a link, GoFundMe or whatever it is. Make sure it has the bio and I can put it in my chat. I can even bring it up. I can mention it to the audience. So just FYI, anytime anybody has a situation like that, or like any situation that's, compelling to you, as long as it makes sense to me, I want other people to know. And that's the best benefit that I can offer in that situation. Just FYI. 25-year-old and love these conversations. That's what's up, man. I'm infatuated with I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm infatuated with the youth. And when I say the youth, you put a 15-year-old to a 35-year-old in front of me, man, I want to give them every piece of information I can give them, because they got like all this life ahead. It's like, man, you know what I went through in my teens, early in my 20s and my 30s? If I knew what I knew now, life could be different. And I always, like my sons, I know they get tired sometimes of how long I'll go on when they get the point, but I want them to get the point. I want them to win. It's too much you can do out here, but y'all gotta understand, I'm a young black man from Hollywood, Florida. My parents from the South Carolina and stuff like that. My great grandmother worked on the cotton fields, not as a slave, but as you know how slaves did stay and they did generations, but worked on the cotton fields growing up. And Just man, I've been exposed to so much in life that I know the people I grew up with and around me had no clue. Like y'all don't understand. I'm from South Florida, and when I grew up, a lot of people from where I'm from, they don't leave. They don't know it's a big world out here. It's a big country out here. It's other like I'm like it's so much. Like being from South Florida, people down there, all they know is like people know a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,800. Man, I remember the first time I moved to Dallas. Well, when I moved to Dallas, fresh out of college, man, I was in a 2-bedroom for $495. It's just like something as simple as that, right? There are people that are just so used to a home, they don't know they can go somewhere else and pay maybe 2 or 3 times less than what they're paying now, and how that would change their life, especially the way they're living right now, struggling. So, it's just, I remember my first corporate job. And I tell you, I no lie, man. I remember my first paycheck was $900 and something, and I was blown away. I was like, man, it ain't that crazy. You get paid for the first time, don't even know what the check gonna look like. And when it was like $940 something, I was like, wow, it's a lot of money. It blew my mind. Some of y'all like, really? Exactly. That's my point. Because in college, I had a full-time 40-hour job making almost $600 every 2 weeks. A full-time job in college. While I'm in college full-time, I'm working an overnight correctional officer job at a youth detention facility. And I'm making $600 every 2 weeks? And I'm like, yeah, I'm making solid money. And then I go get my first corporate job out of college and I'm making $900, and I'm thinking, dang, I'm balling. Yeah, that's what my mind was. That's what my mind told me. And a lot of y'all are probably thinking right now, that's crazy. But guess what? Somebody watching right now thinking, what's wrong with that? That is balling. You see what I'm saying? Y'all be surprised. It's a big world out here. A lot of people don't know how everybody lives or what they even know is possible. I know people that have never been to a Red Lobster. And you take them and they're treating it like it's oh my gosh, I'm at Ruth Chris. I'm at Ocean Prime. I'm at I'm at Poppy's. Like, people don't understand, man. People live different walks of life, and you have no clue. You have no clue. I remember minimum wage was $4.50. Yeah, man. When I was working, minimum wage was like $6.75 or something, $6 or something. So I'm just saying, man, it's like where I'm from, I've been exposed like to different states, to different, different stuff, man. Things that I never thought I'd do. From where I'm from, you graduate high school, you go get a local job and you start taking care of a family and having a family, and you just, doing what you do. Get 2 jobs, maybe even 3. So, people don't understand, man. Different people live different walks and they don't know better. They legitimately don't know. It's inflation, my friend. No. We ain't talking about inflation. We're not talking about inflation. We are not talking about inflation. We ain't talking about the year over year inflation rate. which is typically on average 2 to 3%. We're talking 30 to 50% year over year of a change in how I saw things and how I live life. Totally different. Caleb, boy, he out here giving it up. So anyway, I say all that to say this. Our youth don't know what they don't know. And what I also learned is parents don't typically teach their youth about everything that has to deal with life. You know how many kids are getting out of high school and stuff, going to car dealerships saying, I want that car. And they're like, okay, cool. Let me give me your social. All right. Run your credit. You don't have credit. What's credit? You know how many people literally, like, y'all think this is, I'm just talking. There are people, there are kids that graduate high school don't even know what credit is. They have no idea what credit is. Zero financial literacy, because I didn't have it. Well, I didn't have it coming out of high school. I ain't have it graduating college. And I think that's part of the biggest problem in society today. We don't set our youth up to make wise financial decisions. Every decision we give them early on when they graduate high school is to put them in debt and make them a slave of the system of what's been put in place. Think about it. The first thing we tell them to do is do what? Go to college and get a good education. Translation. Go get $50,000 to $200,000 worth of debt just to get an entry-level position to begin with. I'm a firm believer now. Don't send your kid to college unless they're going to be a high-end professional, doctor, attorney, lawyer. It has to be something where when they get out of college, they can immediately see the financial benefit. All those other degrees that really don't require it, like when you get out of college, you go get a job that didn't even require a degree to begin with. And that ain't knocking nobody with degrees, because I got one. I didn't use it. I didn't even use it in my first corporate America job where I climbed the ranks to be a manager. I literally started at an introductory position, making $29,500 a year. It was an insurance sales agent. Did that for 2.5 years. Now, mind you, with bonus, how well I did at selling, probably made starting out about 60, 70 a year for those first 2 years. But then I went into management, supervisor for about 3, 4 years. Then I went into a manager program to become the manager of supervisors. And that's when I learned you didn't even qualify to be a supervisor. What do you mean? Well, we just realized you got a degree, but it's not in business, and our company requires a business degree. And you've been promoted, and somebody dropped the ball somewhere. So and you don't have as long as you got. And then they sent me to school. They sent me to school and said, we need you to go take these 7 core business courses: economics, marketing, micro, macro, accounting 1, accounting 2, business law. So for 1 year, I went to the college, and I already had a degree, but I had to go to college, take those courses. That's what kind of started this channel, by the way, because I would drive an hour away because the local college didn't have the classes because I started too late, but I had to go to a whole nother county, an hour away every day to go take those classes. And I would be there waiting between classes with nothing to do, and I'd be looking for dolphin content, and it ain't nowhere to be found. I'll never forget that. Then I'll leave the college all day in the morning, and then I'll drive all the way back and then go to work as a supervisor. So I don't know, but I still had to start introductory level even with a degree. So, I mean, these student loans, that's the biggest debt that the country has. And that's what's hurting people. That's a big thing that hurts people. When did you make the move to YouTube full time? So when I was in corporate America and upper management, I used to walk around and debate people in sports all day. Me and a guy named Justin, we actually did like a little episode one time, and everybody at their job loved it, but we stopped. That was the end of that. I quit that job. And that's whenever I was going through something with my previous marriage. So I ended up quitting that job. And then I said, you know what, I want to do something where I can help people. And I always thought about kids. So I went to go be a teacher. And I taught, and it was just for like 1.5 years. I taught at a high school with alternative students. These kids, you know, they get kicked out of school. This is their last chance. This is like what people would call the bad kid school. The kids that get kicked out of the high school for whatever reason, they got a record or they did something, but they still should get a high school education. And I taught earth, space science, and biology. And the end of that, what happened was my Hillary, my wife, she was pregnant with Carter. And I told her, I said, you know, I don't want you to work during your pregnancy and all of that stuff. I don't want you, because she liked her job. She's a career woman, but I said, I don't think you should work during your pregnancy. And at the time, it was like we were okay financially, but without her working, I would need to do a lot more, and I didn't want her to work. So what I did is I taught at the school in the day, and I did security at night, because anybody could always, if you ever ain't got a job, you can just go be a security officer like that and make $15 an hour. That's nothing. And so what I did is I picked up an overnight security job. And literally from the security office, I would get dressed at like 7 a.m. and drive straight to the school to teach, or go to the house, get the kids, take them to school, and go straight to the school to be a teacher. So I had 2 jobs. I was grinding just so that she could be comfortable at home and I had to work and all that. And she didn't want to. So it ain't nothing like that was her. She like, y'all don't want to work. It's just something I just didn't want her to have to do. So I never forget working security. Obviously, if you're a Dolphin, I'm a Dolphin fan, I'm trying to listen to content, and it ain't enough content. I never forget. It was Christmassy, New Year's. I had got like a $35 gift card. $35 gift card from something. I don't even remember. But I took that gift card and I ordered a little mic, little flag or whatever. And I said, man, I'm gonna start talking about the Dolphins. And YouTube wasn't something that people knew about. I just said, I'm gonna start talking about the Dolphins. I'm gonna do something on YouTube, make videos about the Dolphins. I'm tired of these beat writers and everybody just being wrong about everything. So I bought the stuff. But here's the kicker. She has something crazy going on at work where they were like, because she also deal with legal stuff. And they were like, you know, hey, you can stay out, but we need you or whatever. She was like, I got to get back. So right then and there, just like that, I'll never forget, because my grandmother died. My grandmother had died. And right when I found out my grandmother died, we literally left right away from Texas, and we drove to Florida to get down to be with the family. And on my way there, I just picked up my phone and I called the security. I quit. I called the school, which only had like a week left for classes. I quit. I just quit. I said, I'm gonna do it. I got a little bit set to the side in my retirement and stuff. I'm gonna do what I want to do for now. And I just started the channel. And I had investment stuff and I had other things going where financially it wasn't really that much of an issue. But I'm always the type of person that kept work. I like working. So I just quit both of them. I called both of them up, quit right then and there, driving to my grandmother's funeral. And I started the channel. That's it. And I ain't do this to make no money. I had money set aside and stuff like that. And I actually planned on going back to be a teacher some one day, and then I realized how this actually has a path as well and avenues. And I just kept doing it and kept doing my other stuff, like e-commerce and all that stuff. But yeah, here I am today, and would never believe the opportunities and the what it does for me and my family. Just like that. I've also learned, man, you trust in God, you just keep pushing forward. Things will work out even whenever you don't look like you have a solution to something. But you got to put the work in. You got to put the work in and go get it for yourself. And I could always go back and do something else if I want to. I just started enjoying this. And one of the most beautiful things about this is the freedom. I can go to training camp for 3 weeks. I can go to Key West twice a year with my parents and give them a good time, and me and my dad fishing. I could take my kids to school. I could pick them up from school. One of them don't feel well, I can go to the school early to get them. I could randomly just go to the school and say, I'm getting y'all out early today just because. Let's go to Disney. I can, so when I said what I said earlier, and it's still work. It's a lot of work, but you got to scheme for your own freedom too. Sometimes you got to take that shot. And let me tell you something. I'm not saying go quit your job and go pursue something. I told you I had some reserves. I was okay. I'm not telling you just to drop it all. And if you ever do drop it all, you just got to make sure you got a plan, man, and go execute. So please don't misunderstand. Like, oh, just go quit and go try something. No, man, you got to have a plan and strategically go after something, man. You got to figure out what you love too. And I promise you, one of the hardest things that I know will be going on, and especially men. I can't speak for all women because I don't know how their brains work. But if anybody know what a man thinking, I think it should. I do. Okay, and men are different. Different men are different, But a man that is like me, you may even say, because this is something. It's funny I'm bringing this up. This is something that I don't know if any of you men can relate in the chat, but there's a lot of young men, because this was me in my mid-20s, early 30s, when I was getting more and more mature, and you start to realize, what's the plan? I see this person over here getting money. I see that person getting money, doing great for their family, doing better than I am, doing better for their wife than I can for mine. These are things men think about, like, and you start saying, well, he has a business. I don't have a business. I don't even know how do I, like, what could be a business? How do I even start it? How do I, like, a million questions, because you want to do right. You want to be better. You want to, you don't have the answers though. What could I do that makes money like that person makes money? I mean, I don't want to do the same thing, or maybe I do, but you want to know how can I take care of my kids better instead of living check to check? How can I provide for my family better? You know, men think, at least I was thinking about this. Hey, my friend, he doing better. He got this, he got that. He over here making, bigger moves. And, he getting a better car for his wife. He getting this for his family. His kids going to this school now because he doing better. Because he started that and that. But I don't have an idea. What's my idea? A lot of men think about that silently and suffering in their own brain. Silently. You're not going to definitely tell the person they with, but men want to do better. And I'm going to tell every man on the stream right now, if that's you, just pick something and legitimately put the time in to go educate yourself. That's all it is. Go educate yourself on it. Maybe I can have a business doing this. Go educate yourself on it. So all it is education. Once you learn it, all of us, we can all execute it. We can all execute it. Go learn it. I learned about stocks. I had a Series 7 license. I learned about a lot of stuff. You know how they say education is power and all of that stuff. When you young, that's all. Yeah, okay. Man, ain't no truer words, man. Just go educate yourself. Because a lot of us are uneducated. Got degrees, but uneducated. I went and got a degree, and I was so uneducated. After the degree, uneducated. That's why I don't care what nobody say. Don't tell me a degree means anything. And usually people will be like, yeah, people that don't have a degree say that I got one. Go educate yourself on a subject, on a this or that, Comparison is the thief of joy. That's true too. But these are all lessons you learn as you get older and older. When you're ignorant of all of this stuff, when you're ignorant of all of this, you comparing, you're doing all these things are lessons in life you learn. Compare yourself to nobody else. Everybody running their own race. I just love encouraging people how to get in the race. Don't sit on the sideline. Get in the race. And I'm obsessed with helping other people win, especially if I can. I want everybody to win. Curtis gifted 1 membership to the channel. Thank you, Curtis. Actually 2 memberships. So we got 2 new members to the channel. Thanks to Curtis. Salute to you, brother. Here's a little love for TD, the channel and the family. Cheers, TD. Thank you, man. Thank you. Stephen Ross looking at the game right now. Hey, Matt. Matter of fact, let me go to my cash out real quick because we had some people bless us earlier that I definitely don't want to be to miss out on. Shout out to Watt Harrison. Said, keep up the good work, TD. Thank you for dropping love in the cash app. William Asiata said, do a live talking about GM and head coach. Hey, well, that was a day ago. So that's what I've been doing, but more to come. Okay. Benjamin J Bell sent some love, didn't even leave a message, just sending love. I appreciate you, homie. Alex Adam, happy new year. Keep spreading positive. All right, will do. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Yeah, man. I'm obsessed with people winning and other people winning. That's when I knew that, I'm blessed. When I realize that I'm obsessed with other people winning, I feel blessed. I don't have a selfish gene in me. I want to win, and I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I have every bit of confidence that I am. But now I'm obsessed with other people winning. I want other people to win. I want other people to change their life, change their family life, because the more you win, the more you can impact your children. You can have a happy wife. You can have a happy life. It's important. I want everybody to be happy because I know how hard it can be out here. I know the struggle. I know that stress, anxiety, and all of that people deal with. And I don't deal with these things. But I see how people can easily deal with them because I could be dealing with it, but it's just my mind won't allow me to because I'm okay. And a part of that is I just put my trust in God. Like I have the ultimate faith. I have the ultimate, like I believe I do have the ultimate faith in my personal life. Like literally, because I've surrendered my life. My life isn't mine, it's God's. It's not mine to be worrying about all this stuff. Like I could be gone tomorrow. Thank you for the life you already gave me, God. It is what it is. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully I served, my purpose in your will as best as I could while I was here. That's it. That's it. That's how I live my life. All this stressing and arguing and fighting over this, that, and this. No. Yeah, it's a game, 21-16. TD, I'm thinking about taking a trip from PA for training camp this year. No more McDaniel gives me the motivation to do it. Wow. Come on down. I'll be up there on the 50. Come hang out with your boy. Come hang out with your boy. Shout out to David. Amen, brother. The Bears are shutting the Packers down in the second half. The Bears are a second half team too, though. They're a second half team. TD, you explaining my circumstance word for word, bar for bar. I got a degree too, but never truly took time to become financially literate. I'm trying now. Is one step at a time. Listen to audiobooks, do stuff like that. Listen to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's a good one to start with, but you're going to have to listen to it about 10 times because the concepts and all that's going to be foreign at first, but then you're going to realize what he's saying. And it's going to open your mind to other business things. The more you listen to this stuff, the more you understand, the more you become educated, the more you understand about geopolitics, everything. It's going to change your perspective on so much, man. Politics, everything. The more education you get, your whole political spectrum and everything might change. You might understand exactly why things are the way they are, why people arguing about them, but yeah, it's the best thing for us or whatever. Game over, man. Packers just sealed it. Like, man, just go educate yourself, man. TD, I'm not political, but unfortunately in this country, our public school system and college teaches you how to be a slave to the government and cooperate corporate America workers instead of entrepreneurship. Yeah, I mean, when you say the government teaches you that, remember the government isn't a entity, it's a faction. There's factions of it. Remember, there's this side or that side. So, there's sides of the government that may want you to, but then there's other sides that don't, that want you dependent on the government, want you dependent on, everything government, big government. And I've learned my lesson now in life. The more I've educated myself, you don't want government and stuff. You want as least as possible. The more you have, the more you become a part of the system. And when you're ingratiated in the system, they got you in a loop. And like I said, wake up in the morning, go to work to pay bills, to go home and scroll for 3 hours, go to bed and do it all over again for 50 years. That's more government. That's what that does. And the less government you have, the goal is to me, the goal of the government is to make people pay as least as possible. Hardworking people to make their hard-earned money work more for them. Not others, by the way. Yeah. That's the public school system as a whole. Yeah, people don't even know why school was designed. School was designed to teach you how to learn. Think about that. School was designed to teach you how to learn. That's going to go over a lot of y'all heads. School was designed to teach you how to learn. It's that simple. That's why kids that are homeschooled, statistics show they do so much better. Not ingratiated in that structured way of learning. That's why me and my wife, we just been really thinking about homeschooling our younger kids. Yeah. TD, are you going to restart your political podcast? No, sir. I won't talk politics unless it's on moments like this, which is once every few months. And that's because y'all asking me a question of my thoughts on this or that dealing with politics. Only nights like this, I'll talk about it. So if you do have any questions, you can ask away, because this usually happens once every 2-3 months on this channel. Ask away. Study up for the test and forget it after. It's just to teach you to learn. That's why jobs, they say, oh, well, you can learn this job. When did you have a political podcast? It was brief. They kept censoring stuff on the channel and striking stuff because I said this word or that word. That was when a lot of these social media platforms were getting directives from the White House to not allow this to be talked about, that to be, like, people don't realize our speech was censored. And a fact is a fact. Again, I don't like to talk about which party did what or nothing like that, but a fact is a fact. The last administration censored a lot of speech, and I wasn't even saying nothing crazy or bad at all. But they want to censor certain things, which don't do nothing but make me want to go educate myself even more, which then you find out why. And it's, man, I'm telling y'all, man, it's TD, do this more often, please. Sometimes. TD is doing a blue collar job worth it like HVAC and electrician. Worth it like HVAC and TD is doing a blue collar job worth it like HVAC and electrician. Yeah. See, again, it's your mentality, right? Like anybody doing HVAC or being an electrician, man, y'all like, that's a gold mine. But it depends on how you thinking about it. I would, like, if my sons, I would say, hey, man, you know what? If you don't have an idea and you don't know what you want to do, go get HVAC certified and go get a electrician certification, whatever it is. Go work for an HVAC or electric company for about a year or two. Learn all you need to learn about it and start your own HVAC and electricity company. That's one of the easiest businesses to start. If you certify, you can just go do it for yourself at a much cheaper price for people and still make buck. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know some of the work that it can be work that'll take you $400 to do. You know, these people be charging $1,200. Why don't you get out there and go charge $8? You're still saving them more money than a bigger corporation, and it's coming to you directly because they only paying you $150 for the day. Think about that. You go work for a company, they pay you $150 in a day. Even if they pay you $200 in a day, and you out there doing a $1,200 job, knowing good and well it only costs $400. Material costs $400. They paying you $200, $600, charging $12. They making a $600 profit. Why don't you go charge $800? And you can take $400 home for yourself. Better price, which means you're going to have customers. And guess what? When will HVAC and electricity work ever be down? Ever. Oh, HVAC works slow right now. When has that ever happened? Electrical work is slow right now. When has that ever happened? Yeah, it's worth it. You go learn it, and then you create your own business. Then next thing you know, you make that profit enough. Now you go hire somebody and give them $200 a day. You go hire somebody and give them $200 a day, and if you're a good person, maybe you just give them $3. But that's better than what another corporation to do, and they're more loyal to you now. You treating them better. It's that simple, man. You got to think about the next level of everything. Yeah, it's worth it. If you got the right mindset of what the end goal is of it. Caleb in trouble. Things are already looking bright with the decision-making going on in the Miami Dolphins organization. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We used to have someone in the Dolphins community that went straight politics. Can't remember the old brother's name. That's my guy, man. You talk about Barry Cunningham. That's my guy. He told me what he was going to do. and he was smart for doing it too. What you think about the Epstein files, TD? I think there's a lot of stuff that people don't know. I think there's a lot of national security stuff that's involved in it with foreign dignitaries and different stuff like that. And outside of that, the investigations have already taken place. People keep talking about what certain people need to be held accountable. Everybody that's going to be held accountable for those files already been held accountable. Everybody trying to tie everybody to them. Investigation already happened. They're making this a political thing to keep bringing it up. And now they're not even really doing that anymore because it's not even working. Like, it's crazy how outraged people can get for seeing somebody in a picture with the man. Like, do you know how many pictures that man took with people? Everybody in a picture with that man. It does not mean those people were involved in anything that he was involved in. But again, they're making everything. If the polling works for it and people want to outrage about it, they're going to sell it to you. They're going to give you what you want. So that's what I think about it. All that stuff is done. The victims know it and all. You want to know something? When it became a big relevant thing, I went and looked it up. And the only thing I wanted to hear from were the victims, not everybody's opinion. I only wanted to hear from the victims, and I heard enough. They told me who I need to care about and who I didn't. And it's pretty much over, if you ask me. It's over. People talk about people need to be held accountable. Everybody that got something legally, criminally against has already been held accountable. Now we trying to hold people accountable through association with them. Like none of that is gonna ever happen. Like that's because they don't have any evidence that anybody else has done anything. Anybody, no evidence. But keep making it a story. That's my thoughts on it, by the way. TD, you say you took some accounting classes in fall. I start the process to become accountant. Any advice? Thank you. You starting the process of becoming an accountant for who? The bank? That's always my question. And then I can give you some advice. I need to know you starting the process of becoming an accountant for who? That's the question you got to answer. That's the question you got to answer. Facts TD, hold people accountable for 2020. What happened in 2020 that people need to be held accountable for? Some of y'all elaborate a little more so we can have a better conversation. I don't know what some of y'all be talking about. Isn't Barry the one who paid for users' reviews? I don't know. I just know I never did. No clue. All right, can Green Bay hold them off? We about to find out. And here comes a personal foul, probably. Nah, they don't want to call. They ain't gonna call nothing. COVID mandates. Oh, that hold people accountable for COVID mandates. TD, how do you feel about the ICE raids? Oh, that's two good things. Falsy COVID stuff. Thought on the ICE situation, TD, with the woman. All right, I'll give my thoughts in a second on the ICE situation, but people are saying people need to be held accountable for COVID. Give me like 10 seconds to get my thoughts on that because I got to go in the archives. Accountable. Y'all want Fossey to be held accountable. You want him to be held accountable for something people had a choice to do? I don't think. Now, there was a lot of misinformation. I would say that. But there can't be any accountability because the last administration wrote an executive order that you can that they wouldn't be liable for any lawsuit or anything. So if you want anybody to be held accountable, you got to look into the last administration that literally made it illegal, even if they did you wrong and screwed you over with the shot and all of that. You ain't nothing you can do. You can't even sue them. They gave them immunity from it. So wanting accountability, they done already put the checks and balances in place. And today, the more information we get about all of it, unfortunately, there were a lot of lies to the American people. That's my thoughts on that. The ICE raids and the woman. So what are my thoughts on, first I'll start with the woman, then I'll do the ICE raids. With the woman, it's so unfortunate, man. It's so unfortunate, you think you going out there, and fighting for a cause that you believe in, and you don't make it home because you got, I believe, I'm trying to get the YouTube words where they ain't gonna try to flag me. You got shot. Okay. It's just so unfortunate. You definitely don't want to see that happen. But me, I'm a realist. And I know that if a law enforcement agent is in front of it, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care whether that man was wrong or right. What I do know, and I know for a fact, if a law enforcement individual is standing in front of your vehicle and you push the gas, you getting shot. So unfortunate. But I know you stand, if a law enforcement individual is standing in front of your vehicle and you hit the gas, even if you could have or could have not missed him, even if you wouldn't go strike him, you getting shot. That's a fact. That's law enforcement trained. You in front of the vehicle and they hit that gas, pop. Just a fact. Just a fact. We ain't got to talk about the politics of why she was there and whether it was wrong or not. If a law enforcement official is in front of a vehicle and it moves forward, you getting popped. That's training. Period. Oh, you could have shot the tires. Training. You getting popped. Period. Y'all can debate what, oh, well, you should have tried to try. You getting, and I don't like getting into the politics of it, but the vehicle hit him too. So all that arguing and stuff, I get it, man. It's outrage about everything that happened today. But rules are rules. If they're in front of your car and you hit the gas, that's going to happen. And here's the funny thing. That same officer got dragged 300 feet 6 months earlier for not popping him. Went to the hospital, in the hospital bed, bruises, and they could have lost his life. That same officer that shot her didn't shoot 6 months ago and got dragged 300 feet by a car and could have lost his life. You don't think when he got back, they said, hey, when that happens, you need to protect your life. He probably got reprimanded for getting hurt the first time for not popping. Like, it is what it is, man. Listen, it sucks. It sucks. You know, you don't want nobody to lose their life for nothing. That's tough, man. Her family now and all of this and that. No longer here. So I just know what the rules are. You in front of a vehicle. If a law enforcement agent is in front of your vehicle and you hit that gas, you getting shot. It's that simple. You got to go back and forth whether he should have or shouldn't have. He should have dove out the way or shot a tire. You getting shot. You lucky if you don't. Period. TD, what about the extra 2 shots after she was clearly past him? You get shot. You were a threat using a deadly weapon as your car. They are trained to neutralize the situation. Pop, 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 pop. It could have been 8 shots. You getting shot. Like, we can dissect the film where he could have stopped right here. You getting shot. And the government and law enforcement and district attorneys, they're going to always protect that because that's a hard job to do, to make that judgment call in a moment. It's a hard job to do, man. 3rd and 15. Incomplete. Field goal. Caleb and them going to have to score a touchdown. She went out to agitate. Listen. See, that's where I said I don't want to get into the politics, right? Of her cause. She believed what she doing was right. I ain't here to judge that. Because the amount of propaganda that go on the media that got these people thinking what they think anyway, she the victim to me for going out there agitating for illegals or whatever you want to call it.
She a victim to me because she's ingratiated in all that propaganda on the news. All that propaganda they feeding her and telling her, got her out there on the street with a family at home, with a family. See, here's the problem. Nobody want to talk about facts. And every time somebody bring up the facts, they deflect to the next subject or the next question because they don't really want to break it down. And that alone is propaganda. They don't want to tell people the truth. See, there's so many layers to this argument. So I'll go ahead and tell you the facts right now. Fact number one, if you enter this country illegally, you broke a crime. You committed a crime. Entering into the United States of America without authorization is a crime. The way that you avoid that crime and do it legally is entering into a port of entry. Go to a port of entry, a checkpoint, whatever. I am entering your country because I am seeking asylum. If you are seeking asylum, upon seeking asylum, it is up to us whether or not you go back where you come from, and you'll have a date within the courts where they'll hear your case of asylum, and they believe that you're seeking asylum legitimately. Come on in. Until then, if you're in this country, you're here illegally. People seem not to understand the simple, most basic context of entering the country without authorization is illegal, which means you have committed a crime. Period. Whether you can be an individual that feels like, well, we should let them in regardless. That ain't what we talking about. You may say we shouldn't be like that. We should let all people in. If you believe that, but that ain't what the argument is. The argument is the fact of whether or not they are criminals or not. So when you have a government or administration or a president saying, we're going to remove all of the criminals, please understand, when you start arguing, you said we were removing the criminals, not the people that haven't committed a crime in the country. They have already committed the crime by entering into the country illegally. This is what people used to. Well, they said it was going to be the sex offenders and the murderers and all of that. Criminals. That's what's happening. They are already criminals because they entered illegally, which for some strange reason, but I'm not here to say whether your opinion on it is right or wrong, we are the only country now that for some reason feel like there shouldn't be any requirement to enter. For some reason. And it's crazy to me because 12 years ago, everybody was okay when there was another president that actually was worse. At first he was worse. At first he was worse. He was deporting everybody. That was President Barack Obama. He was deporting everybody. Even I remember the press conferences. If you enter the country illegally, you need to be there. I mean, he was heavy on it. All them cages they claimed, those were his. Them were his cages. And that's a fact. These are facts now. They ain't not an ounce of what I'm saying is an opinion. Not an ounce of what I'm saying is an opinion. Not an ounce. These are actually facts. He was that's why they called him the deporter in chief. But he was the number one. Not until somebody else start doing it did it become a problem. And you know what? I think a lot of people in America are starting to see that it's not what's being done, it's who's doing it, which is hurting that group because people are starting to see that y'all like those people, y'all, I'm gonna say y'all hate that man more than you love the country. And that's why the numbers are getting worse and worse and worse from a polling standpoint. They hate that man more than they love this country. They hate that man more than he love this country. And me particularly, this is where I am gonna get into my opinion, because y'all done opened up the bag now. Now y'all got me talking. This is where I am gonna get into my opinion. I'm most disappointed with people who look like me more than anything. Because half of the things that you're fighting and arguing about is not conducive to your own interest at all. It's actually going to make life harder for you if you keep advocating for it. In my opinion, that is an opinion there. Everything else been facts. That's an opinion. But yeah, since you asked, I don't operate in all this feelings crap and stuff out here. I don't care if you a cripple, a blood, a Democrat, or Republican. I just know facts and what makes sense. That's it. I ain't trying to be on one side or the other. I'm just trying to figure out what's conducive for me, my family, and my children's future. And that's what I'm aligned with. I don't look at the person. I don't care what sins you have committed or people believe you committed or nothing. None of that matter to me, because I ain't no judger. God, if you know your Bible, that's what God used the most. People who are flawed to carry out his mission. And that's not me making a comparison that God's using anybody or nothing like that. That's on God. That's whatever he doing. All I'm saying is some things are just common sense. And at this point, it is clear that some people hate individuals more than they love the country. And another thing, for the people who look like me, I can't even believe I'm having this conversation right now. But one thing I'll say for the people who look like me, it's time for us, African Americans, to own our rightful place in our country. We are Americans. This division that we hold, we are Americans. We deserve as much pride of this country as anybody else. And I'm not talking about, wow, they are up. I'm not talking about the negative faction of it. I'm not talking about owning the slavery and all of that stuff. That is our history is horrific. But don't let the blood and tears that our ancestors paid go to waste by not owning, being, and embracing what they sacrificed. Like, I'm proud to be an American. I'm not proud of America's history, but I am proud to be an American. Because if you know anything about what's going on in the rest of the world, the way we are now, if we do the right thing, our children have an opportunity to grow up in freedom and have an opportunity to thrive. And as long as we continue to ignore that, we won't thrive. Take your rightful place as Americans and have pride about being an American. I truly believe it. Because if you don't do it now, you already see it don't take nothing for you to be replaced. It don't take anything for you to be replaced. It's that simple. And that's what I believe the attempt has been, because a lot of people are starting to embrace the fact that they're American and those voting numbers going down. And that's why you see these problems we have in today. Mass immigration. Them doors was left open, y'all. Them doors was left open wide and said, come on in, but y'all make sure y'all remember who to vote for. That's all this has been about. That's what I truly believe. They left them doors open because all they are voters to them, just like we have been nothing but voters to them. That's all you have been, because our community ain't nothing happened statistically that's been improving in our community. Ain't nothing has improved in our community. No accountability for that. None. Just, it's okay. Just keep on doing what we doing. Nah, heck no. Nah, y'all better wake up, man. y'all think y'all looking at the wrong enemy. That's my opinion. You might be looking at the wrong enemy and don't even see it. Because you know what? All they got to do is say one word and it gets you right back to believing them. And that's the word racism. That's all they got to say. And they got you. They got your emotion. They got you feeling like, yeah, man. Y'all, man, ain't nobody out here bothering y'all. Ain't nobody out here bothering y'all. Yeah, there's one-offs here and there and there and there. But ain't nobody out there bothering y'all. Yeah, it might be an individual here and there being nasty to you. But the overall gist of you living day in and day out in this country, ain't nobody bothering you. Ain't nobody bothering you. You getting more emotional about people on TV telling you they bothering you. Ain't nobody bothering you every day. My thoughts. TD, I want Green Bay to lose because I want their coach. We about to find out. This is the big stage right here. Jordan Love. Ooh, they in trouble now, boy. They in trouble now. Somebody said profiling. What, 1 out of every 100,000? Come on, man. Like, we make things bigger than they need to be. We make things bigger than they need to be, man. Stop that mess, man. But I get why people believe that, though, because the media you watch shows you nothing but it. If it happens 1 out of every 100,000 times, they're going to show you every single one of those one, and it make it seem like it's happening every day or all day. It's not. These people milking y'all for y'all votes so they can keep power to keep getting this money. You see what that money, half of y'all don't even know what's happening with all this fraud going on out here right now, because the media you watching won't even talk about it because it don't fit of continuing to control you. These are my thoughts. I'm getting deep in my thoughts now. I'm getting deep in my thoughts now. Green Bay gonna get in that end zone, y'all. Them people on TV spend most of their time trying to make people think that racism is more apparent. No, y'all got to understand who funding them. Not only do you understand who funding them, you also got to understand them people on TV making a lot of money to lie to you to your face. They look just like you. Them your real sellouts. Those your real sellouts. Ooh, I can't believe he dropped that. That was it right there. He dropped it. Them your real sellouts. Them people being paid a lot of money though to lie to you to your face. Or don't lie to you, just don't tell you the truth. Y'all don't realize how lucrative it is. These people making this money, man. Y'all don't understand how lucrative it is for them to feed you what you want to, what they've already conditioned you to believe.
Bears need to stay in man cover 2. We'll see. Green Bay gonna get in that end zone. I'm telling you. They're gonna get in that end zone. How it's feeling now? Your finger? Yeah. They're getting in that end zone. Oh my gosh. That's going to cost them 10 seconds because he got hurt. Don't say BS injury, extra time. They don't get extra time. They actually will run 10 seconds off after this because they have no timeouts. They are going to run 10 seconds. Wow, they dropped it down to 22 seconds. Here we go. Oh, the clock running. Oh, that should have been the big play. He had it. And they playing a lot of coverage out there, man. He needs a big receiver over the middle to go up high and get a play just like that again. You got to run another play just like that. Yeah, they got to be shots to the end zone. You can't take anything in the middle. You're not going to have time, and they're going to guard the sidelines. False start. This is crazy. No, it's not. Arm going forward, incomplete. Is this 4th down too? Yeah, that's a big time play by the DN. It's a Hail Mary now. Fire it. Picked that's gay. Incomplete. The Bears beat them. All right, Matt Laflur to Miami, baby. Matt Laflur to Miami. Matt Laflur to Miami, baby. Wow, that's crazy. You still want LaFleur after that terrible fourth quarter? Yeah, man. Yeah. Remember, when you get in the playoffs, it's mano y mano. I felt like the Chicago Bears were a better team anyway. It's just I know Green Bay been here and done this. They have the experience. Ben Johnson has turned this organization around big time. That's not a knock on Green Bay. Think about it. Putting up 31 points. Yeah, putting up 31. They came the ball. It's just this is what the Bears been doing all year. They're a second half team. Games like this, man, like really a guy like Michael Parsons would have like it's like pure domination. That one big play or two big plays Michael Parsons would have made. But yeah, man, this was a slugfest. This is a division rival. It happened. It could happen. Now all Green Bay got to do is go fire him tomorrow. And he'll be in Miami by Tuesday if we don't get Harbaugh. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. But listen to me, man. All that conversation that we had, again, facts and some opinion. If that bothered you, it is what it is, man. It's just how I feel. And that's what's important to me is people that regardless of how each other feel, because if you feel totally different, I still don't feel no different about you. So it is what it is. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Tomorrow we got even better football. We're going to stream that Bills game and that Patriots game. Love y'all, man. TD, thanks you for educating me. Love to talk, TD. Does that mean? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later, man. Fins up no matter what. Y'all stay blessed. Big time. This was fun tonight. Had a lot of fun. Does this mean, TD, I don't know if you remember, but in the beginning of the season, you said that the Bears would be your sleeper team. I remember. I don't know about a Super Bowl though, but who knows? This team is on fire. They could do anything. They could do anything, but it's gonna get harder and harder. We'll see if they can withstand the test. That'd be cool if I can interview Caleb Williams at the Super Bowl, but I don't know if they're gonna make the Super Bowl, man. That's big time. They could. Caleb legit. Caleb, that dude, man. It's funny how everybody talk about his fingernails, but this dude is legitimate in the NFL. Low key. Remember at the beginning of his career, everybody thought, oh, it's just another Justin Fields. He ain't doing well. Coaching. He had the intangibles. All right, y'all. I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Peace. I'm out.